James is just having a Thanksgiving dinner sort of thing. And some strawberries and kiwi berries for dessert. And he's going to be talking. Oh, I thought you already talked about that one.
No, I just warned people I was going to be talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I reviewed yesterday Essential German put out by Berlitz. And then I was also warning people, Lagebesprechungen im Vierer Hauptquartier, 1942-1945. So that's situation discussions. I don't know what the actual, it'd be in a situation room or something like that. Lager is kind of situation, but Besprechung is kind of like discussions or whatever. There's probably a better military term for in the Führer, that would be Hitler, the leader's headquarters, 1942-1945. So the leader, of course, would be Adolf Hitler. And then I warned people that I'd be finishing up.
That one's seen better days.
Well, it wasn't actually good binding. I'm going to mention that, but I've been reading it since 2010. I did a fair amount of it in 2010 while I was studying German and stuff like that. It's just extra work, extra homework I assigned myself, and then I finished it all, but I think it's about 8 pages now. I read 2 pages yesterday. I threatened people I'd be finishing it up before I actually reviewed it, and I hope to finish it today or the next day. The next thing I'm going to be reviewing is the Hitler discussions, but right now something light and easy, a little lighter than Hitler, but there's a kind of a German theme with this. So the art of Viennese cooking, and I did mention there's a lot of well, the reason why I got it was it's got Hühnerfleischfilet, chicken forcemeat stuffing, Brathändel, roast chicken, right? Leberfilet, so that's liver stuffing. A Semmelfilet, it's a particular, they call it bread stuffing, but Semmel I think is a particular type of bread. Tyrolean calf liver, Tiroler leber.
Yeah,
so
that
it's
terrible.
Kind of oh, sorry.
But just so you know, when you introduce other books and you don't review them, I don't know that necessarily, because when I'm uploading the videos, I don't listen. I look at what the titles are, so I might be telling people, oh, James is reviewing Viennese cooking. Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay.
There we go. For the future.
Okay. So
and then they're like, what?
I'll just like today. I just flashed this one thing right at the beginning. So that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do in the future.
Okay.
Just at the beginning, I'll flash the one particular focusing on. I like to read things in suites and stuff like that. Look at different things. I'm looking at German culture here, so on and so forth. So
I generally just read one thing
at
the same time, whereas you read a whole bunch of things.
Well, I got a lot of things cooking right now, but the things that I'm focusing on right now, focusing more on, is German stuff. So I'm reading Peter Baum, who was I guess he's a recognized German novelist, but this is nonfiction. He was a surgeon of sorts in the Nazi invasion of the Ukraine, particularly the Crimean Peninsula. So I figured, like Putin's kind of like a latter-day version of Hitler, Russian version. And I know one individual who's sincerely said to me, very positively, he knows nothing about Russia. Whereas, when I took Russian, Soviet history, the professor would ask questions, he said, eventually I got to the point, this is after a couple of weeks, of course James knows. My hand was always up, and I was always right. Of course James knows. That was kind of a repeated refrain. But this individual who knows so much about Russia, who really doesn't know anything, sincerely was saying to me, and said to another person, of course I won't doubt that it's kind of hearsay, but fits in. Putin is, of course, a capitalist. He's a gangster. A capitalist. He's got on his desk, apparently, or on his wall, a portrait of Peter the Great. the emperor of Russia. If anything, Putin is an emperor. He's an emperor. He presides over an empire. It's the Russian Empire Mark III. There's the Romanov dynasty, and then there was the Nazi dynasty. It wasn't much of a dynasty. There was no succession. And now Putin dynasty. I don't know if he has any kids at all. But he won't be succeeded by something like a dynastic principle. But there you go. Anyway, yeah. So capitalist. He's a combination of an emperor and a gangster. Basically, emperors are gangsters anyway. So I'll try not to deal too much with disgusting stuff. There is a lot of meat in here. Not much fish. I see a few, shellfish, and, fish goulash. So there's a lot of Hungarian stuff. Gulyás, I think, means cowboy. The goulash would be kind of like a cowboy. It's Hungarian for cowboy. Gulyás. It's a last name. You'll see it every so occasionally. Something like a cowboy. A little bit different. So, yeah, it's kind of... Here's stuffed mushrooms. That's not... Tsarist eggs. That's not so bad. But, yeah, there's way too much veal. Like veal goulash. All this sort of stuff.
That's the thing about the kiwi berries. I don't like... Yeah, they don't have air on them, which is a major plus.
Yeah.
But the end bit that I guess used to be flowers or whatever, it annoys me.
Yeah, I noticed you were picking them off. I just eat them.
I know, I was eating them, but
a little bit of roughage, so that's the way it goes. But this thing is worth it. Zacha torta. So it's basically like a cake from I think a hotel Zacha. Walnut Zacha torta. The pastry in here is awesome as far as I can see. Torten, it's kind of like tarts or cakes. Kuchen, that's cake. Bäckereien, that's bakery items. Germteigwaren, I'm not sure what the germ is. Kind of forgotten what that is. But it's wares made out of dough. Teig in German is dough, and then strudels. So it's a pretty amazing some of the desserts, the pastries and stuff like that. A few beverages like boiled coffee. What is that about? Viennese iced coffee. That sounds actually pretty good, right? But they don't have many beverages here. But the desserts are amazing, just pancakes with jam. It sounds pretty good. Pancakes with cottage cheese, not to my taste, but some people would love that. My dad would have loved that, I think, cottage cheese. Anyway, this thing was published in 1963. I kind of guessed it because the writer, I said, man, she looks as though she's dressed kind of like Jackie Kennedy. Well, that was the last year Jackie Kennedy served as the First Lady of the United States. So I'll just show her. It's kind of a cute picture, stuff like that. What's her name? Marcia Coleman Morton. Anyway, I doubt if you'd be able to get hold of this. I doubt if they've republished it. So get it new is definitely not worth ordering up used. But if you see it at the Sally or some used place, it's going for 50 cents, marked down half price or whatever it is. It might be worth it. It might be well worth it. It's kind of cute sort of thing, especially if you like that the meat kind of diet that they seem to have there. But from what I can tell, Viennese cooking is as good as French cooking. French cooking seems to have this worldwide reputation. I don't see it as being that good.
Is that all you had to talk about?
Yeah, that's all I'm going to. I'm just going to do one book a review. That's going to be my policy from now on, instead of talking about a bunch at the same time. So I'm going to launch into the food.
Okay.